Hello everybody and welcome to The Green Show. Today we're going to be talking about environmental services. I am Rodrigo Padilla, your host, and we have guest speaker Joe Galliani here. He's going to be representing South Bay Environmental Services Center. Hi Joe.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. I've always wanted to visit your school. It's a terrific campus.
Yeah, great to have you here today.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about the Services Center. What is it? What do you guys do there?
Sure. The South Bay Environmental Services Center is a program of the South Bay COG. The South Bay COG is the Council of Governments. There are 16 cities in the South Bay that all band together for certain things, and one of the things they band together for is to work together on environmental issues and cut their carbon and make their cities greener. And so the South Bay Environmental Services Center is funded through the gas company, the electric company, the water company, Metropolitan Transit, all of whom give a little bit of money to fund this nonprofit, which is for the people of the South Bay, designed to help save energy, cut your carbon footprint, and most importantly in this economic time, save you a lot of money by doing both of those things.
All right, so how exactly do you reach out to the community to promote environmental?
Sure. Well, obviously, like everyone else in this day and age, we have a website, and that's one way. But one of the biggest ways that I, as a volunteer with the Services Center, do outreach is by tabling at different environmental events. So, for instance, just had the big Memorial Day Fiesta Hermosa in Hermosa Beach, and we were there with a table, giving out information to people, making them aware of whatever the latest rebate programs are on energy. And in this state, we've just had a terrific big rebate program for appliances where people can get back a lot of money and have their old appliance picked up, given money for that and properly recycled. Another way we do it is through an annual lamp exchange. Once a year, South Bay citizens can bring in up to 10 of their energy hogging lamps, incandescent halogen lamps, and get for free 10 compact fluorescent lamps in exchange. Brand new from the manufacturer. That's something we do once a year. Around Christmas time, we have a Christmas light exchange where you can bring in your old-fashioned Christmas lights and get new LED ones for free in exchange for those. So one of the things we're doing is getting rid of energy hogging equipment, whether it's old-fashioned incandescent light bulbs, whether it's old refrigerators that run in the garage just to keep some soda pop cold, whether it's Christmas lights that really drive up your energy use. And we replace those with new, modern, much more energy efficient appliances and fixtures. And you know, in my case, when I started volunteering for the Services Center, my electric bill was about $125 a month. Now my electric bill is under $50 every month and closer to $40. And it's because I've made the changes that the Environmental Services Center recommends to people.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is, and what we like to say too in the green energy business is when we save people money in a local community, whether it's Lawndale or Torrance or Redondo or Hermosa, that money goes back into the community, because instead of sending the money to the electric company or paying for appliances that we don't really get the best value out of, that money's in your pocket for groceries to spend on your kids or whatever else you want.
Wow, so do a lot of people come to you guys to exchange their old appliances?
Yeah, people really take advantage of these programs. They go to the website, they meet us at different environmental or community events and get the information that we have. I mean, somebody came to me at an event in Palos Verdes recently, and the guy said, you know, I'd like to get rid of my gas lawnmower. I hate using a pollution-powered vehicle to cut my lawn. And, but I don't know, you know, what's the best electric lawnmower to get or whether there's any government programs. We just went right on the iPhone, looked up what was going on, and saw that in Los Angeles, the DWP, and here in our area, the Southern California Edison people were actually paying people to get rid of their their gas mowers and giving them money toward buying an electric mower. So a lot of programs like that.
Oh, that's really great. How did you get involved with this? Tell us a little bit about your own experience in the Services Center.
Sure. Well, I live here in the South Bay. I've lived in Torrance for 17 years, and I turned 50 in 2007. And when I turned 50, it was a big moment in my life, and I wanted to kind of evaluate what kind of contribution I was making. And at that same time, the first news and the first UN report about how bad climate change is and how bad our greenhouse gas emissions are came out. And I realized that I needed to work on those kind of issues to make myself feel satisfied. I'm a baby boomer, and I like to say that, you know, in the United States, in the history of our country, no generation was ever given a bigger advantage or a bigger prize starting off than the baby boomers. Our parents and grandparents fought World War II. They sacrificed everything so that our generation could have a great life, and nobody's had a better life than the baby boomers. But frankly, we've trashed this planet, and I don't feel good when I think about high school kids your age and the planet that I'm going to hand off to you. Somebody handed me a really great planet with all kinds of wonderful advantages, and I've been to national parks and wonderful natural scenic places all over this country, and it just angers me when I think about those places not being there for your generation or your kids' generation in the same great condition they were for us. So I decided I had to devote more of my life and energy to helping on environmental issues, and in 2007 I started writing a blog that's called Creative Greenness, and that's led me now to write for Patch.com, AOL's new local news service, and I write a weekly environmental column for Hermosa Beach Patch.com. I write a bicycle column for Redondo Beach Patch.com, and my volunteer work has led me to work with the South Bay Bicycle Coalition, a new group that was formed last year. I'm a board member on that group. We just got in February a $240,000 grant to do a master bike plan for the South Bay and link all the South Bay city's bicycle ways so that you can bike from one place to another, that you can safely bicycle to school, to work, shopping. Another thing I do, I'm a very big advocate of solar, rooftop solar energy. I think that's a great solution to a lot of our energy problems and our carbon footprint problems. And so I volunteer with a group called Grid Alternatives, which trains you to install solar and then sends you out as part of installation crews to install solar on low-income and Habitat for Humanity homes. And I've done 3 solar installations with them so far, and I love doing that.
Wow, that's a lot of things. So how do you come upon these jobs or
these volunteer opportunities?
Yeah.
There's more volunteer opportunities than I have time to do. There's such a great network of different environmental groups here in the South Bay. Besides the Environmental Services Center, I've worked with Greenpeace. I've worked with the Environmental Priorities Network, which is another great group. But all you've got to do is go online and look around about what's going on in the community, and you'll see tremendous opportunities. And I work with a lot of high school kids with the Environmental Services Center. We're always looking for volunteers to help us get the message out and help us save energy throughout the South Bay.
All right, that's cool. So where can our audience go to, what are some places they can go if they want to do some volunteer work, they want to trade in some old lamps or any of those things?
Well, great place to start is the South Bay Environmental Services Center website, and that would be at www and the initials SBESC.com, and they've got links to almost everything. My blog is not a bad place to start. If you want to check out Creative Greenness, it's very opinionated. I have strong opinions about the environment that I don't necessarily share when I'm working with the Environmental Services Center. But with other groups I do. I'm also very active in Hermosa Beach, the new Hermosa Beach Carbon Neutral City Committee. The mayor of Hermosa Beach is working with some of us who are environmental advocates to come up with a plan to make Hermosa Beach the first carbon neutral city in Southern California.
And how is that going to work?
Well, it's going to be really hard, and it's going to take a long time. It's not going to happen in 5 or 10 years, and part of the plan is to figure out how soon it can be done. But basically, it means that whatever emissions that city is now emitting in terms of greenhouse gas emissions, and they've done an inventory, so they know how much they're putting out, they need to balance that out with renewable energy that replaces it, or cutting energy, or offsetting it by planting trees that will remove greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. Very hard to do. That's a 1.3 square mile city, so they can only put in so many trees. They're going to need to run that town on solar energy. And luckily, because Proposition 16 just got defeated, they have the option of setting up, if they want to in Hermosa Beach, a solar energy power company and powering the whole city to do that.
Hey, well, it's hard, right? But it's got to be done.
Well, you know, World War II was hard. Sending a man to the moon and landing on the moon was hard. All the really worthwhile things in life are hard, but dedicated people and people who are passionate about making a difference don't ever get slowed down or stopped by something that's hard. You just work harder to make it happen.
All right, well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for sharing your information today.
Hey, my pleasure. Always great to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll be right back after this.
Recycling doesn't only save space in landfills, but also conserves energy. And it is surprising how everyday items can really add up. Recycling one soup can saves enough energy to power a laptop for 2 hours. What if we recycled more? Recycling one 20-ounce plastic bottle can save enough energy to power an hour of TV. It's our planet, our stuff, and our choice.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Green Show. We have another guest speaker with us today. He'll be telling us about the solar boat program here at UCHS. Hi Brian.
Hey there.
It's Brian Macias. So Brian, tell us a little bit about solar boat. What do you do there?
Well, solar boat was first started by the Municipal Water District here in Southern California, and it was basically giving students the opportunity to learn about engineering and also learn about how to conserve water. And basically, we're giving a $4,000 grant. We build a boat and we make it run. And then we compete against other schools in Southern California.
How exactly do you use alternative energy sources in your boat?
Well, the boat is solar powered, so we have to use solar panels to power our batteries. So we charge our batteries with solar energy, and then from there we use that solar energy in our batteries to run the boat.
Oh, I see. So, where do you, did you guys build the boat yourself? The solar panels and all?
Oh no, the solar panels, we had to order them from a manufacturer, and then we used those solar panels. We just mounted those solar panels on our boat.
Okay. What are the benefits of using solar panels versus, say, electricity or gasoline?
Well, the benefits of using solar power is that it's pretty quiet. I mean, you don't have to turn on an engine, and that really helps out. And it's also pretty clean compared to using gasoline, because you don't have the exhaust coming out of the back of a car or the back of a boat.
I see. So less environmental impact, less noise. That's great. So how's your experience in the solar boat?
Well, it's been pretty busy. At first I was very nervous because this was something new to me, and I really didn't understand what we had to do exactly. But once we got the hang of it, we started understanding what we had to do, and once we understood that, we knew that we could finish this boat and compete against other schools with this boat.
That's great. Did you guys do it by yourselves, or was there an adult supervisor?
Oh, we definitely had help. We had help from Allison. She's one of our advisors. Brian McCorkle, he runs our SAT program. Mr. McCarr, our chemistry teacher, and Mr. Simons, our physics and AP environmental science teacher.